Slow down, you're moving too fast. You gotta make the morning last. For those of you who don't recognize that, that's an old Simon and Garfunkel song, 59th Street Bridge song. I'm up here near a glacial lake called Tony Grove, and I want to talk to you a little bit about slowing down and noticing things. When I was young, I always wanted to get places, and I was taking a workshop when I was a teacher in my 30s, and there was a lady who was stopping along the way and drawing the plants and such that were in the area. And at first I was annoyed because I wanted to get there, and then I started to slow down and pay attention to what she was noticing. Right now it's kind of the middle of August, and my wildflowers are a little bit on the wane here. But I want to talk a little bit about slowing down, noticing things, and mostly talk about wildflowers. If you notice where I am on this trail, I'm at a transition zone between the sage here, the lake below me, and more of a riparian zone where the willows are filling in, and we've got some probably mostly spruce and fir in here, this particular section. But I just want to talk about a little bit of slowing down and noticing some things as you go. We've got a lot of wildflowers in here. This little purple one with the beautiful yellow dot in the middle is called an aster. Over here, hiding in the weeds, is a plant known as yarrow. Has a lot of fun uses. Right back here we've got some lupine. And as I said, I'm kind of late season here, August. Season up here is slow. It's already started to go to seed in the lupine here. Oh wow, back here we've got, this one's always fun. It's got the big fluffy top and the leaves. Ooh, they smell so good. It's in the mint family, it's catnip. If you're really interested in the wildflowers along a trail, I suggest buying a field guide for your area. Most of the field guides are laid out so that you can look up flowers by general colors. Works sort of, but sometimes you'll get flowers that have different colors. Hiding right down in here is a little bit of what's left of the sticky geranium. If you've got geraniums around your house, you may recognize the leaves for a geranium. But sticky geranium will come in white, blue, purples, so you can't always identify by just color. This one in here is called the western coneflower, and I took a class one time up in the Tetons from a biologist, a botanist, and she was showing us the flowers. This one is called fireweed. It likes to grow where the ground has been disturbed, like right after a fire. But anyway, she came upon a flower like this, that yellow one, and I asked her what its name was, and she said, oh, that's a DYF. Because I don't have a strong botany background, I didn't know what DYF meant, so I asked. I said, what's a DYF? And she said, that's a darn yellow flower. So it made me feel better that even the botanist didn't know all of the flower names. But one of the things I've transitioned now into more of a wet shaded area, and as you're hiking, see how the water's coming down through there even though it's late August. As you get out and about, I hope you slow down and start looking at what's around you. I hiked trails for most of my life before sometime in my 30s I took that class and serendipitously was next to this lady who was drawing everything she could find. Oh, here's a cool one right in here. This plant only likes it where it's wet. It's called monkshood. If you look carefully, you can see I gotta find a good one here. There's a little hood over the top called monkshood. Really only likes in the riparian zone. That's its habitat where it will grow. Skunk cabbage right down in there. But when I started to slow down and take a field guide with me, I can't always have a botanist next to me. And I hope as you get your own children out, or if there are any teachers that use this material, you will take the time to slow down. Notice things along the way. There's so much to see, so much to observe if you just take your time and are not in a great big hurry. Oh, here's some Indian paintbrush right in there. Indian paintbrush is very recognizable, and you find it in all kinds of environments. Out in the dry, you'll find it in here in the shade. Sometimes it's very red, sometimes it's yellowish, sometimes it's pinks and oranges, and a whole world of Indian paintbrush that if you slow down and take the time, you can learn to identify them. So I hope as you get out with your students or your children, you will slow down. Oh wow, my eye just caught on this willow, little steep bank there. See that on the underside of the willow's leaf? That's a gall, G-A-L-L. Somebody laid their eggs in there. There's another one right there. And the leaf reacts to that implantation of a gall. I'm kind of late season here, but I was hoping to see some columbine. It's one of my favorite flowers up in here, but I don't see any. We're kind of past their prime. The season in the high country is necessarily short. Winter comes in here and it'll stay long and hard, and it'll stay late. So anyway, I hope you start slowing down, learn things. Don't worry if you're saying, oh man, I don't know any of the wildflowers. Learn one, then learn two, then learn another one. This one's pretty here. It's called larkspur. Can you see a little spur coming off the back of it? Larkspur. Larkspur's a interesting plant. Right here it's growing, I think from the ground up you might have 3.5, 4 feet. I've seen larkspur 6 feet tall. It'll grow higher than its competition. It'll adapt so that it can reach up higher than its competition. So pretty fun stuff if you learn to indeed slow down and take your time along the trail and notice what's there. Thank you for attending and being in my class today.